Welcome back to AWG Knowledge Center, hosted by Tektronix Christopher Skack. Today we're going to be talking about AWG70000 series plugins, how to get them, how to install them, and how to license them. So let's get started. So what are AWG plugins? Plugins allow you to create specific waveforms for your specific application. Since AWGs are very general in nature and can create pretty much any signal, sometimes it's very challenging to create the signals for your particular application unless you're a MATLAB guru. So we've incorporated some specific plugins that allow you to create waveforms for the applications that you're working on. So if we look at what plugins are available, we have a basic waveform type plugin. This comes free with all AWGs. You have an RF generic signal plugin, and this is what we're viewing right now. It allows you to create waveforms for RF specific type applications, specific modulation capabilities, and all the characteristics required to do very in-depth RF type receiver testing. And we also have high-speed serial that allows you to create waveforms for high-speed serial applications, such that if you want to do high-speed USB compliance testing, you can create the specific high-speed signals required for those tests. And then you can also add jitter and other components to do your true compliance testing. We also have a multi-tone and chirp plugin that allows you to create multi-tone signals, and this is very good to see the characteristics of your modulation and see how well your receiver can handle specifically notches. And there is an application called NPR, noise power ratio, that allows you to look at your characteristics of your receiver. So using a notch filter is very useful in these applications. So this is really geared towards that. And you also have chirp capability to build chirp type waveforms. And these are used in radar applications and other applications. So we also have what's called a pre-compensation plugin. And this isn't under the waveform plugin blocks, but it's a header all on its own. And this gives you the capability of compensating for losses associated with cables and connectors, and also the losses characteristics of your sin X over X response from your DAC itself. So these are very useful to clean up your signals, to open the eye of your modulated signals, and to basically flatten off the response, the frequency response of your signal when you output it. So these are very useful tools. So when you get your AWG, you may not have these plugins available on your box. So in many cases, you would want to download these plugins and then install them on your AWG, or what I'm viewing here is Source Express. Source Express is running your AWG software on your PC, and that allows you to create all your waveforms on your PC. And then when you're ready to use the hardware, you can transfer them over LAN to your actual AWG hardware. You can also install these plugins directly on your AWG, and this will allow you to create waveforms on your AWG rather than using an external PC. So in order to download these plugins, we will go to Tektronix.com in order to get to the licenses and the actual download pages. So I find it very useful to use this download link at Tektronix.com. So when you go to Tektronix.com, go ahead and go to downloads to start with. And we're going to start off just getting software. And we're going to go ahead and look for software related to Source Express. And this will give us all the plugins available when we do this search. So as you see here, we have Source Express itself, which you can download, and then you have your specific plugins. So what we recommend is you first download all of these plugins from this site here. Once you've downloaded these plugins, you can install them, like I said, either on your AWG or on your PC. Once you've installed them, one other thing, if you're wanting to install these on your AWG, you need to make sure that your AWG is up to latest firmware. So if I search for AWG software and we look under software, you'll see that the AWG software is available here. You want to at least get version 5.2 in order to run the plugins on your AWG. So again, if you're running from your AWG, you would want to use this particular download in order to get your AWG upgraded. So once you've downloaded all of these plugins, you can go ahead and then install them on your PC or AWG. Once you've installed them on your AWG, then you will need to get the actual licenses to run the software. So in order to do that, the best, under your arbitrary waveform generation link, and then we'll go to AWG70000, and we'll go to plugins. And here you can enable trial license. We select that. Then it will ask you if you have them installed either on your PC or on your AWG. I have mine installed on my PC, so I'll select this. So this basically tells you what you need in order to run these plugins. Right now I'm running on for Source Express. I've got version 5.2, and if you need to view more details, you can do that here. Now in order to get your host ID that's required for this field, you would want to actually be running Source Express. One thing I want to mention is when you install the plugins, make sure Source Express is not running. You want to install the software before you run Source Express. So with Source Express running, you go under Tools and Licenses, and you'll see that you have your host ID right here, and you can just highlight the whole host ID and copy it. And then on the web page, just paste that in. And then you can generate your licenses. Now this is the free trial license. They'll give you 30 days. So once you've generated the licenses, and you'll have to do this for each plugin, then you go to your Source Express, and under Tools you can install the license. Basically you go to install and you find the actual license that you have just created using the tool from the website. So once you've done that, then you've installed the licenses, and then you can compile your waveforms for your particular plugin. So that's basically all there is to it. For creating these special type application signals, it's very useful to have these plugins, and you can get the 30-day trial. If you like it, then you can go ahead and purchase these particular plugins, and you can get them in two different license capabilities of either a node lock license for that particular instrument, or you can get a floating license that you can move around to different instruments at your company. So again, this is how you get your plugins, how you install them, and then how you license them. Future publications, I'll get into actually the details of how to run each of these plugins. So thank you for your time, and I hope you have a great day. Bye now.
Find out more at Vicom's website.